Hi guys, this is Saurabh Chabra here. So today I'm going to present on JMeter. I just want to present my slides first on the JMeter. So what is JMeter? JMeter is an open source software testing tool. It is 100% Java application for load and performance testing. JMeter is designed to cover load and performance testing. You can also do some sort of function and regression testing too. To work with JMeter, you require JDK 5 or higher. To download a JMeter, you can go to jmeter.apache.org and download _jmeter.cgi file. The protocols supported by JMeters are Web HTTP, HTTPS, Sites, Web 1.0, Web 2.0, HX, Flex, and web services, SOAP, XML, RPC. For database, via JDBC drivers, directory, LDAP, message oriented services via JMS, services, POP3, IMAP, SMTP, and FTP services. So these are the main protocols which are supported by JMeter. But we will be only, I will be only showing you on the HTTP and HTTPS protocols. So this is my second slide. So the things that I will be covering in this video. So first I will be showing you what is test plan and how to create it, what is thread group and how to set up, what is configuration element and how to set up them. I will be showing the following configuration element: HTTP request default, CSV dataset config, HTTP cookie manager. Then I'll be showing you what is sampler. I'll be mostly working on HTTP request sampler. What is accession and how to use that, and we will be using mostly on the response accession. Then I'll be showing you the listeners, and I find following you listeners very useful. That is view result tree, summary report, and aggregate graph. Then finally I'll be showing you the dynamic parameterization, because for every users there will be a different set of values and you will have to pass those values into the different pages. So that's the presentation of JMeter. So to work, first you have to download a JMeter. So so now in this video I am now going to give you a demo about the JMeter. So first you have to go to a JMeter where you have downloaded. So then you have to go to a JMeter bin folder. Then you have to look for the JMeter which is a bat file, jmeter.bat. Right click, open this file. It takes few seconds to open a JMeter. Just give me a moment. So yes, it did open a JMeter. So the first thing you will see is the test plan. So it is automatically created. You don't have to change anything. The other thing you have to create is the thread group. So here is the first thing is number of users. Then the ramp up period, which is every seconds how many users should be added, and the loop count, it should be that how many times this test should run. So if it is 10 users, every second 1 user, and 2 times, it means it will run for 20 users. So let's make it 1 right now. Now first thing you have to add is HTTP request header, HTTP request default. Okay, so first, before that, I wanted to show you one application which I am going to use for our load testing, which is Wikipedia. So let's go to Wikipedia. So what I am going to do is I have to first go to this page, Wikipedia, the main page. Then I will go to login page, and yeah, so this login page is getting open. Then I will provide my username and password and try to log in. So another thing I wanted to make sure that you know about this is a Firebug tool. which is very handy to see all the network calls. So if you see here, let me do it again because now it didn't record that. So let's go to login page again, and let's give our user ID and password. So it did login, and the first URL you will see is the post request, which has certain parameters. So we will have to pass this parameter. So this Firebug tool is very handy. You have to just download this plugin with the Firefox, and you can see all the network calls. And then I will just log out. That's it. That will be my test right now. So my first thing is going to the server. My server is en.wiki.org. So copy this server. So we are already into the JMeter. So what is the server? Just copy paste the server name. Make sure, I'm repeating this, make sure that you don't type HTTP or HTTPS because it's already inserted. And if you try to insert HTTP, it will give you errors. So make sure you don't type it. So we have HTTP. Now we have to go to our first page. So for that we have to add a sampler, which is HTTP request sampler. And let's make it, rename this to home page. Now our home page is wiki main. So let's copy this and paste this in the path, not in the server, because server will already be taken from the request header. So to make sure this is working, we will add one listener, which is very handy to see, that is view result. Let's run this and see whether it passes. I am giving so if you see, it is, yeah, it did run this, and if you see, it is in green color. Green color means it did pass. If you see, you can see that this is the page it went to, http en wikipedia.org wiki main page. So to make sure that it went also, we can add one assertion, which is probably like create account. Okay, so if you see here, if you search this in the response data, you will see that create account will be there. So let's add one assertion also. Make sure that this assertion works. I mean, this page is getting loaded properly. So response assertion, and just copy the value. So now I have added a response assertion which has a value as create account. Just to make sure it is working, let's rerun this, and if you see, it did pass. And if you see in the response, you will see that create account is there. So now what we have to go to our site which we are trying to test, then go to a login page. So this is our test, to go to a login page. So this is the URL for the login. Just copy paste the URL, go to JMeter, add one more sampler HTTP request, and paste the path. The server will automatically be taken from the HTTP request default. So this is login page, right? Make sure it is working. We will add the listener. We will also add some response assertion. So the login page response assertion is login in should be there, right? This text should be there. So let's go here, add login in. That's it. Let's run this to make sure it is working. So it is running right now, and if you see that it did pass. So if you see the response data, you can see that login in was there. Just a second. Log in. It did find the login, right? So our third page should be the username we type the password, and sorry for about that. So we go there, see the link, and so we click on the login button and it goes to the wiki main page, right? It just goes to wiki main page and with the parameters. Just a second, I have to do it again because so I'm logging in. Last time that the post request got cleared. So if you see, it goes to wiki main page, it has the username, and this is a post request, and this is a post data which we have to pass. So what is the page it went to? Just copy that page, Control C, create one more sampler HTTP request. What is that? Post request for login page, and the path is the main page, and the server should automatically be taken from the HTTP request defaults. And now we have to pass the parameters. So the parameters are, just copy paste the parameters, the name, the value, add another parameter, the name, the value, and I have researched that you don't need a token, but in some site you might have to require a token value also. So for now, don't use the token, use the username. Let's copy the password field and the password. So to make sure if it is working fine, we have to add a listener, right, to see the request. Then we can also add the assertion, response assertion. The response assertion should be the login value, right? This username, right? So we can add that username. That's it. So let's rerun this and see whether it is working. So it is running now. Oh, it did fail. I think there is some gap here, so let me rerun this again. Oh yeah, it is failing because it's a get. We have to change this to a post. Remember that this is a post request, not the get one. So make sure you change the post method as post. Let's rerun this again. So perfect. We see that it's in green, and we see in response data the username too, right? We see Saurabh QXF2, right? So now this is our main test. So now we will try to parameterize this. We wanted like 1000 users should be logged with their own username and password. So for that I have created one file which is in my this folder wiki file, which has I have 3 username and password. So let me open my file and show you what is my file. So yeah, this is my file which has username, password. Okay, so my 3 username and password, and there is a cookie value also, which I will discuss later. So first you have to copy the folder where you have pasted, go to JMeter and insert one more configuration element, that is CSV data set. Copy the file name slash the file name. So let's say wiki dot CSV, right? Let's make that file at the upper level, because these are the configuration element. And now we are using this username into our post request. So instead of static value, we will use as a dynamic value. So for that you have to type $, curly bracket, and the field name. The field name is username. Just copy that, curly bracket close, and for password also $, and curly bracket, copy the field name. Now instead of running this for 1 user, let's run this for 3 users, right? To make sure it is working, just let's rerun this. Oh yeah, because we have to change the response assertion also. It's not a static value. We are using a dynamic value. So let's copy the path, the username, because username will be this should be a $, curly bracket, and the username, and curly bracket closed. So let's rerun this. For some reason it is failing here. So it is right now failing for some reason, and I figured out there is a white space here. So make sure there is no white space when you specify the username, all the parameters. So let's clear this again and rerun this. So it's running now. So if you see, it did pass for 3 users. So if you see that the first was this Saurabh QXF2 2. For second it did run Saurabh QXF1. Third we have Saurabh QXF3. So it did pass. Now I was working in one application in which it was passing the cookie values also. So I just wanted to show you, because I did some research, and you can also pass the cookie values also. So if you go to cookies, one second. So if you refresh the page and go to main page and go to cookies, so if you see here, there is some IN, it is passing this value. So if you want to pass this value into every page, I mean, I'm just giving an example to you that how to pass the cookie value. I had a different scenario in which I have to pass based on the username and detail, it was passing one set of value to every page, you know. So for that, what you can do is you can go to your each page, you can add configuration element called HTTP cookie manager and add the field name is IN and the value is, I have what I did is I have this in my Excel file, it's CSV file itself. So I'm going to use this as a dynamic value just to make sure that you know, suppose you have a dynamic value instead of a static value. You can also use a static value also, but let's say $, curly bracket and close cookie value, plus you have to specify the domain also. So our domain is en.wikipedia. So let's say, right? So if you see here in the current home page request, there is no cookie value. It says no cookies. Let's clear this. To clear, you have to use this delete all, clear all button, and once it is clear, you can rerun this. Let's rerun this. See, it did pass, and if you see the cookie data, it has a cookie value also. Same way you can pass in all the 3 pages. So you have to go to each page. In configuration, add a configuration element cookie, HTTP cookie manager, the value of the name, the value, $, curly bracket, and this is the domain. Cookie value is our field name. That's it. So let's see the current cookie. There is no cookie in this page. Let's rerun this and see whether we get a cookie value here. So if you see, we are getting the cookie value. The same way you can pass in this page also. So I'm not showing that right now. Finally, I also wanted to show you some more listeners which are very useful, I find. The first listener was aggregate graph. One second, I think aggregate graph. So it has the average and minimum maximum time, and it shows the graph also. Let's rerun this. So if you have noticed, I haven't put this aggregate graph into a specific page. These are you know, at the thread level. It means all the pages it will go and see give the aggregate graph values. So it has average, medium, minimum and maximum time. And it didn't have any error. It has throughput, it has kilobyte second, you know, data passed. So you can also see, if you go to graphs, you have the graph also. So I have one more slide which is little bit more advanced level. So I just want to show you this which I try to use in my project. These are the plugins which were very useful. I cannot show you right now, but these are very useful plugins which can be used into your JMeter file based on the requirement. So first thing is to download your plugins, you have to go to JMeter plugin.org, download all. So I find these three plugins very useful: standard, extract libs. So for that you have to unzip these files into your lib folder, into your wherever you have downloaded the JMeter, in the lib folder. And I find these three very useful. These three functionalities very useful. One was step thread group, other was JSON path extractor. Suppose you wanted to get the value from the JSON and pass it to next pages. So you can use this functionality very easily, and the rest sampler. If you wanted to pass all the rest values into the pages, so you can use that. So right now I can only show you in this for our application. I can just show you the step thread group. Let's go to our JMeter. Oh, I don't have it in the system, I guess. So yeah, I have it. No, I don't have it. So yeah, I cannot show you right now, but these are also the very useful JMeter functionalities. So that's it. I hope you have able to understand the whole JMeter, and thank you for watching. Just add comments if you feel it is useful, or if you have any questions. Thank you very much.